Part of our Help Wanted segment is giving you the tips and latest information you need to help you land a job if you're looking for one. In 2021, companies are putting a big emphasis on diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, when hiring. So this morning, I'm talking to Shar Wendell. She is the creator of Hodges University's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Graduate Certificate Program to help you understand what exactly this means and how it impacts you. First, it's important to understand while these terms, diversity, equity, and inclusion, they tend to be lumped together, each have a very distinct meaning. So let's start with diversity.
It's not just gender or race. We're talking about veterans. We're talking about people that may be have disabilities. We're talking about the LGBTQ community, and recognizing that there's differences within society as a whole as we bring those into the workplace. Equity is the process and making sure that when you get into the workplace, that the policies, procedures are fair and everybody is treated in an equitable manner. And then, of course, inclusion means that you feel like you're a part of the work environment.
So she says in 2021, businesses are realizing to be successful, the workforce has to reflect all people. And she says it's important to remember diversity can include various aspects of people's lives, like their personalities, the way they think, and their culture.
You really can't have equity in the workplace if you don't have diversity in the workplace. And if people don't feel included in the workplace, then everything fails, because you want to feel like you're sitting at the table with everyone else.
How do you think you can evaluate if a company is prioritizing equity, diversity, and inclusion versus a company that isn't, like they claim they're going to be?
Go to a website of a company, and many companies now have diversity statements reflecting what their commitment is to diversity and equity inclusion. But I don't think that's enough. I think then you have to dig a little deeper, see what the leadership looks like, see what the staff looks like. I mean, it's one thing to say that you're committed to diversity, but then when you look at top leadership, all reflects the same, that maybe that commitment isn't as strong. Talk to people and find out, how are they carrying out that commitment every day, not just putting it on their website.
For anyone who maybe is going through the job interview process, do you have any recommendations of how they can be prepared to answer any questions about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and show that they are committed to something like that as much as the employer claims to be?
You really need to reflect on yourself. Are you committed to diversity? Do you understand that diversity, equity, and inclusion are separate concepts? And I think that you need to understand that first. You need to reflect on what it means to you, because you don't want to give answers that aren't true. And this is really an opportunity as you're getting ready to go out and maybe get a job in this new environment, that you stop and look at yourself and make that commitment yourself, because that is going to be the best workplace for all of us if we feel like we are being treated fairly and we feel like we're all being included.
Now, Wendell says Hodges University recognized the growing need for a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. So she created its DEI Leadership Graduate Certificate Program, which is in its second year now.
People can come in and just take 4 graduate classes, and get a graduate certificate in diversity, equity, inclusion, leadership, because we recognize that companies are making a commitment to this, but they need some help and they don't always know how to do it.
She says you can get this certificate within 16 weeks at Hodges. This is also offered as part of Hodges' master's programs in law or in business. For more information on this certificate and the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace, just head to fox4now.com/rebound and click on this story.